Hello folks, the old deplorable basket case here. So a fellow calling himself Paul Temple commented on an earlier video where I talked about extremists and moderates and the actual definition of the terms, specifically in the Muslim world. And he commented, and I made a response video, and I talked about that the guy really should check his facts before he makes an argument, because a lot of the things that he wrote were wrong, and he made arguments against things that I did not say. So he commented on that on the response video, and so I'm making this video because, good lord, long comments, it's easier for me to just talk. The fellow wrote, "Thank you for your response. You have a valid criticism. I apologize. Fair comment. You did not say exactly what I wrote. In my defense, I did not develop my argument fully and dived in without developing assumptions that I have." Yes. Yes, that is true. "You say that there are extremists in majority Muslim countries who do not have Sharia law." Yes, there are. Again, you missed the entire point of my original video. My entire point of my original video is the definition of the word extremist and the definition of the word moderate. Okay? I said that if the majority of people in a society believe in a particular thing, then they are not extremists in their own context. As an historical example, to start with, the people in America who believed that slavery was an evil that should be done away with, they were extremists. They were a minority. Now, I certainly hope that the Muslims who are today a minority, who do not believe in Sharia law, who do not think that women should be stoned for adultery, who do not believe that Muslims should be put to death for converting to some other religion, I certainly hope and pray that they will become the mainstream, but they are not now. Today, they are a minority. Today, they are extremists in their own context. But I would say that it depends on your definition of Sharia law. Is the law in secular Western countries basically Christian law? Depends on the country. Is the law in countries which are majority Muslim countries basically Sharia law? Again, depends an awful lot on the country. I contend that mostly is, except in the case of Turkey and southern Nigeria. Dude, you're doing it again. Okay? The law in Jordan, which is a country that I mentioned, is not Sharia law. It is very not Sharia law. Egypt, likewise. There are lots of Muslim countries. Bosnia, okay? Not Sharia law. Majority Muslim country, so not Sharia law. Lots of places. Excuse me. There is a civil war going on in Nigeria, and the North is very much Sharia friendly. Yeah. So what? So fair enough, the countries you quoted are not quite hellholes like Saudi Arabia or Iran. Okay. Right, we agree on that. But Egypt is not ruled by Sharia because the Western-educated military took over and kicked them out. Dude, you did it again. Okay. Egypt has not been under Sharia law since at least 1923. At least 1923, when the then elected government passed a new constitution. I don't know exactly if they had a constitution before that. I don't know exactly what law they were under before that. But after 1923, they were not under Sharia law. Okay? 1923. That's quite a long time ago. Almost 100 years ago now. Jordan is a kingdom, and the king has things his way, so it is not a Sharia country. It is a kingdom. Not the two. Well, yes, Jordan is not a Sharia country, but being a kingdom and being a country under Sharia law, not necessarily exclusive. I stand by my comments. I would expect a majority of Muslim countries would have Sharia law, or only a fag paper's thickness away from having Sharia law, to be full of men who approve of the unpleasant bits of Sharia law that we Westerners get all liberal and upset about. Yeah, true. In addition, the treatment of women, as you know, is not exactly Sharia matter anyway. No, I don't know. It is a social custom in large part which has grown as far as supporting a bonkers patriarchal society where, for example, women cannot even leave the house without a male relative. I'm not sure, but I think that bit is in the Quran. I think it is. I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. I do know that the bit in Sharia law about killing killing Muslims who convert to some other religion, that's in the Quran. I do recall that the bit about stoning women to death for adultery, that's in the Quran. So, again, make sure your facts are correct. I agree that these countries have extremist views from a Western perspective. From a Western perspective, yes. And my point is that from their own perspective, they are the mainstream. In their own context, they are the mainstream because they are the majority. Whereas the people who, from a Western perspective, are not extremists, they are extremists in the context of Muslim society. Because they are a very small minority who hold views that are counter to the views of the majority. My point is that it is strange how so much weaponry is being sold to Saudi Arabia, whilst people like Robert Mercer are paying propaganda outlets to encourage the American poor to hate Muslims. You never said anything about that. You never said anything implying that. Okay, if this is now your point, okay, fair enough. If this is the point you're trying to make now, okay, fair enough. But introduce it, okay? Introduce your point. Make a deal out of it. Say, all that is fair enough, but I have this other point that I want to make now. I want to make this clear to you. There's this thing going on that I think is quite important that people should think about and bear in mind as they deal with things. Do something like that. The history of using patriotism and hatred of the other to gain and to keep political power is very long and very bad for prosperity. Yeah. Never mind the murdered Jews, Tutsis, or other minorities. Tutsis? From I assume you mean the Tutsis specifically in Rwanda, who fought that horrible civil war with the Hutu? Okay. I don't see the connection, but okay. Keep up the good work. I hope you get more subscriptions. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Your rational approach to commentary is a good deal more engaging than the clickbait, fear, hate, patriotism, propaganda out populists. I think the grammar could use a little tweak there. I had to read it a couple of times to be able to understand what you were saying. I think that the idea that you should care about facts is almost history, the way the West is drifting currently. I am seriously concerned that politics may have come to an end because it has become fact-agnostic religion. Dude, politics has always been that. Always been that. So again, thank you for commenting. I do appreciate the feedback. And, yeah. I say again, the entire point that I've been making from the original video to now is that the mainstream, the people who are upwards of 70, 80, 90% of people in a population who believe a particular thing, they are not extremists in their society. It's the minority, the people who believe in things that are counter to what the majority believes, who are extremists in their society, in their context. So if we're going to be dealing with what comes out of this society, we need to acknowledge who are the actual mainstream and who are the actual extremists. And if the people who are the extremists, if their extreme views are things that we believe in, that we want to encourage, then we should recognize that fact. By we, I mean Westerners, people in the Western world. So, again, thanks, dude. I appreciate your commentary. I appreciate the feedback. And everyone who's watching, please comment. Please leave feedback. Debate me. Talk. As long as people are talking with each other, people are not shooting at each other. It's important. Free speech matters. Free speech stops violence. And, like, share, subscribe, and, have a good day, and God bless.